So in psychology and physiology, if you will, the physiology of a human, the they tell you it's a spinal reflex action. Why, if you put your hand in a fire, that um, the spinal reflex action will pull your hand out of the fire. Spinal reflex, right? Reaction. All right. Sorry, I'm just writing with a hand appendage in the air, not actually touching the screen. So, spinal reflex, spinal reflex reaction. I'm going to show you that it's a lie. This is scientific lies. All right. If your hand goes into a fire, here's the flame. Why does it, when you, if it's spinal reflex action, just pulls it out, they said. Well, that doesn't make sense because I don't know anyone who's ever put their hand in a flame that when the spinal reflex reaction took over, that they actually put more of the hand into the flame because it's just jerking the arm, right? It's jerking it one way or another. What if if it was the flame in front and back, it pulls it into it would pull it into the flame, or it could bounce it into the flame. It's a reflex action. All right. So it doesn't have spinal reflex. It doesn't exist. It doesn't have the ability to process. I state the amygdala gets all the data all the time, protecting you as a human. Protecting you as a human. The joke, this cup here, he's going to slip down here. It's his ice. I see. He's going to come out of there. On his fall, though, the amygdala is going to quickly have his right hand come around and brace himself. But the amygdala knows he has a hot cup of coffee in his hand. It will not let him use his left hand to brace himself even during the fall because it knows something else is a greater threat, the hot cup of coffee. Remember, this guy does not have time to process this as he's falling down from the frontal cortex. Oh, I'm falling. I got some coffee. I can now put it aside. In fact, the coffee will spill out here, but the amygdala still has to protect the human. The cup becomes secondary, still protecting it. It goes to the end of the driveway in his hand. He's still going to protect this source of hot coffee. It could still be there. Maybe it caught on to some of it went out. Maybe it did not. Maybe his face, maybe he couldn't process it that fast enough that the coffee spilled out. Or maybe the amygdala knows there's some coffee left in it per weight. It's amazing what the amygdala, it gets everything first, guys. All right, so the guy's going to come out. He slips. I'm going to slow motion it there. He's in the air. Right hand goes down. That's the amygdala protecting him. His head sort of can get hit, but it's still up in the air. Okay, shoes go off. Let's go back. Okay. He's thrown so fast, the rotation and inertia. The shoes go off flying into the air. That's another video about the inertia. All right, rotating inertia. So, his left hand. Right hand goes down. Left hand is now spilling coffee. His head looks like it's forward, so he can't process that. Okay, there's the coffee out. The left hand still can't brace and protect him because the amygdala knows it has hot coffee in it. I'm guessing is protecting him. All right? He tries to regain himself. On the slide now, he's sliding, and the hot coffee's in the left hand. He only uses one hand, but he's still sliding down. He's still progressing down. Hot coffee's still in his left hand, if you will. We know it's spilled out, though. Okay, now it's in for the ride, and he's just going to come to an end. Look at the left hand with the cup of coffee. What's the amygdala doing? If it spills, it's going to spill away from his body. He doesn't have it to the left of him, in front of his body, where it spill back on him. It's got it out to the left. This is amygdala. This is not his brain processing this and doing. I'll put it out here in case it spills. This is the amygdala. Now he's decelerating. The amygdala says he can take over. His frontal cortex is taking over right about here when he realizes he's the bottom driveway and this isn't going to go any further. His frontal cortex, his actions are now his at this point. not amygdala reactions. And hold the cup still. Grab his shoes, or stand up rather, just calm. Everything's okay, cup's still good. Okay, there's the shoes coming down now. Well, the cup's still in his hand, so he's not releasing yet, so the amygdala is still protecting that cup. A couple of times cycling. Let's go. And that's what it looks like in real time. Okay. Protection, rotating around, come to an end. See, the amygdala wouldn't let him touch the cup. And down, and there we go. Now, look at the rotation of the fluids. That's the rotation of his body. And of course, his body, the center of his body rotates a little slower. Wow. The arc, rather. And there are the shoes. Let me shoot the shoes again. The slip and the inertia goes up. One more time on the slip. Okay, slip, right foot. Alright, so he puts all his load down on the right foot only. Apparently, his driveway's new to him. You know, I'm just being facetious. He steps off the side, a larger step than his body's used to. See, he's not stepping off his own step. He stepped off that little shortcut area. And all the load transfers to one foot, and that goes ice skating. The right foot comes down trying to help, but it's too late. His body's on a rotation backwards already. He's not underneath his feet. Left or right, trying to save it. It's so the inertia, the rotation's so fast that he can't do anything here. Okay. Even that became equilibrium. It started rotating, but the bot is heavier trunk part of his body stopped the rotation, and then it went down. The heavier part went down, and the shoes get rotated around. End the video. This is the amygdala. Watch it again. Take care if you want to understand it more. Why it protected a cup. It's coffee, hot, dangerous.